Hello everyone, and welcome to Saturday Shenanigans, a weekly series where I, Dalton,
and Cody
cover some of the news from the past week that we either find interesting or have an opinion on. Let's get started, and here's the first story of the week. Microsoft has once again changed their mind about the Xbox One's policies, and I'm not sure why this didn't come sooner. The Kinect will no longer have to be plugged into the console in order for it to work.
Short story this week. This is really funny because, like back in May, Microsoft were like, hey, you know what, you gotta have the Kinect on at all time for you to play the Xbox One. And now it's just a complete 180. Now you don't even have to have it on. You don't even have to have it plugged in. That Microsoft has just been stepping up their game so much since E3. They realized how badly they sucked at E3. Okay, and now they're making it better. They're making the customers happy. They're making me happy, who's not even a fan of the Xbox. But I'm really happy that they're actually doing this, and they're stepping up their game, which I really like. And they're actually listening to their customers and their fans, which is something that a company must do in order to succeed. Of course, Microsoft is going to succeed either way, but I'm just saying you need to have people who's actually going to love your content for stuff that you put out.
I'm gonna say it's about damn time. This was a big deal, and this was a big reason why a lot of people really didn't like the Xbox One at E3 and a little bit after E3. They've been changing a lot of their things that they were acting like they were never gonna change back at E3 before and after, and it's good. Now, while this may not seem like a huge deal on the surface, what this does open up for is, while the Xbox One is $100 more pricey than the PS4, this actually opens it up so it could have a $400 model that excludes the Kinect. I'm not sure if they're going to do that. They act like they're not going to, but look at all these other policies that they've acted like they're not going to do and have already done it, such as, the one we're covering right now. Hopefully Microsoft will put out an Xbox One at $400, and that will definitely even the playing ground between the Xbox One and the PS4, and it will make it actually pretty even, and there would be no real no huge difference between buying the consoles, honestly. That this is a big deal, and hopefully they do follow up on it, and hopefully within the next few weeks they announce that they're doing a 400 model that excludes the Kinect. And if I were to get an Xbox One, that's definitely the model that I would be getting. As of right now, there's no way that I'm getting one simply because it's $100 more, and that's just ridiculous. That big of a price gap is just, you can't justify that, even with a stupid camera. And hopefully they'll take it off and make the $400 model, and then I might actually consider getting an Xbox One, and that's a big deal because I really like the PS4. But
yeah, it really is. You never know. They might actually do it. You never knew that they would go through with all this kind of changes. So who knows? Hopefully they will.
Exactly. Microsoft's been changing a lot, and hopefully they'll change their mind on this issue. But let's go on to the next topic. The Call of Duty Ghost Special Editions have been revealed, and they're the same as always. The Hardened Edition contains a few downloadable items, a bonus map, a steel case, and a DLC Season Pass, while the Prestige Edition will contain all of this, a paracord strap, a copy of the soundtrack, and a 1080p tactical video camera. They're expected to be priced at $80 and $200 respectively.
I laugh at this because there's really no difference whatsoever between the two, except the I think it's Prestige Edition, the one that has the tactical video camera.
Yeah.
No difference at all, except that video camera. And I think this is actually pretty, this one is actually pretty lame compared to the Black Ops 2 one, because in the Black Ops 2 one you got an actual care package, you got an RC car, which is actually pretty cool, though I heard the RC car kind of sucked, but still.
I think you're thinking of Black Ops 1. Black Ops 2 had the quad rotor.
Okay. There it is. But anyway, this one kind of sucks compared to the other ones. I mean, I guess tactical video camera. Ooh, cool. No, not really. Not in my opinion, at least. I mean, Call of Duty is the type of game that I can but I can put it into my PS3 and I can play it. I can. And, if I'm with friends, I can play it even longer. But 10 minutes into the game, I just get bored. And it has no interest. I really have no interest in the game whatsoever, and I will not be getting Ghost. And this doesn't help me get Ghost either, especially the pricing. But that's about all I have to say about that.
Well, I think that the Prestige Edition is actually a better quality than the previous ones. I mean, the care package was kind of a cool idea, but it was just a stupid plastic tub. And also the quad rotor was terrible, and I hear about it breaking within the first few minutes of play. Same for the RC. But, you know, a 1080p camera is kind of a big deal, and it might actually be worth, you know, at least a portion of the $200 that it's going to cost, plus you get the game. But, I mean, this is still a bit ridiculous, and I don't see a reason to buy into either of these, because honestly, that tactical camera, who knows about what the quality is going to be on that, and there's really no reason to buy either of these, and the Call of Duty special editions are always a bit ridiculous, especially with how good special editions are becoming, especially with games like Saints Row 4 and things like that. They're getting better, and Call of Duty is just lagging behind in that department. But that's all I have to say on that, so let's go to the next step.
Hold on just one second. I want to say something real quick. The only reason for you to even think about getting like a special edition from Call of Duty is the season pass, and that's not even really that much promising.
Yeah, I can see if you're gonna buy all the DLC, buying the hardened edition is gonna save you some money, a reasonable amount of money. So I mean, I can see that, but that's about it.
Okay, now on to the next topic.
Sony and Viacom have reached a deal to bring live television from all the many channels that Viacom owns, for example Nickelodeon and MTV, to a new streaming service by Sony. This service is expected to allow you to watch live television just as you would on Netflix or Hulu online. And this also obviously means that the PS4 owners will be able to make use of this service. Man, I had trouble reading that.
I've been waiting forever to like read about this and to hear about this, and I am very happy that they're doing this. Though like I'm not a big fan of Viacom, but I am a big fan of their of their channels, and I'm very happy about this because like in my household we have five TVs I think, and two of them are actually only like connected to the cable box or whatever you want to call it. And usually my parents are both on like watching both these TVs, so either I have to ask or I have to wait until they get off. And if I want to watch TV, which I hardly ever do, but if I do, I could just go to my room, turn on my PS4 and watch TV. And that's really cool. I've been waiting forever to do this. I mainly use my PS3 now just for Netflix because I hardly have any time for gaming anymore. And now that I can actually watch TV on my PS4, that is just awesome. And I love that Sony and Viacom are doing this, especially because like I really like some of Viacom's channels, and this is definitely going to be more of a reason to buy the PS4. And I think it's going to get a lot more people to buy it as well. Not only gamers, but people who enjoy like movies and TV shows, and especially since Netflix is going to be on there as well. And now you get.
Which, by the
TV.
way, you can watch like Netflix and Hulu without a PS Plus subscription. So I'm assuming you could also watch this without a PS Plus subscription, so that's nice.
Yes. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say about that.
I think this is really awesome. I think this is another reason to buy the PS4. Xbox and Sony are both stepping up their games, as we've been said, 30 times within the last few episodes or so. Yeah, this is awesome, and Viacom owns a huge amount of television channels. If you're not aware, they own a lot more than you'd expect. They are a giant, and so this would be a very large chunk of what you would normally watch on television. So I mean, that's cool, and it'll be nice to watch that without having like a cable box that you pay monthly for in my room. And maybe this could lead to canceling cable subscriptions. Also, something that this is noteworthy of is this could be the first service of many that could eventually phase out cable, and that would be grand. That would be absolutely wonderful if cable were to just go away. It's obsolete and it needs to be gone, and I think this is one of the first programs of many that will be able to do that. Intel's actually working on one too that's supposed to be like by the end of the year be out. So that's awesome, but on to the next topic.
Okay.
The Xbox One will be able to regulate overheating, says Leo Del Castillo, the Xbox One general manager of console development. The console will be able to keep track of its internal temperature and react accordingly through turning up the fan speed. This should prevent nearly all overheating of the console.
Okay, first of all, that's an impressive name. And second of all, This is actually pretty cool because, like, I've heard that the 360 had a lot of trouble with overheating and red rings and stuff like that. I've never had a console overheat, and like I've kept a console on for like 2 days straight before. And I don't know. I'm really happy that that the Xbox One is going to have this because, you know, you don't want red rings again. But who knows? You know, we may actually get more red rings. Hopefully we don't. So hopefully this will be able to help with that. And yeah. How do you feel about this, Dalton?
Well, the Xbox consoles have had a history of overheating. The 360 not so much as the original Xbox, which was just you couldn't keep it on for any extended amount of time and it would overheat. It was a bit ridiculous. But the 360 less so, and hopefully this will finally get rid of Microsoft's overheating issues. And if it does, I mean, good. About time. And this is another reason, you know, the Xbox One is getting better. But that's all I have to say on this, so on to the next topic. The GTA 5 multiplayer was revealed earlier this week, and it was quite interesting. It has quite a bit of content allowing you to purchase cars, and by the way, yes, you can legally obtain cars in GTA now, insure them, invest in the stock market, design your own racing and deathmatch minigames, as well as just about anything you can do in the single player. You can also form a crew with your friends and rob banks, as well as commit other crimes to earn money and gain reputation. This is set to release on October 1st, about a month after the initial release of GTA 5.
Wait, is it okay? GTA 5 or is this GTA Online that we're talking about here?
GTA Online is GTA 5's multiplayer.
Oh well, it's going to expand.
They are the same game.
It's going to expand beyond GTA 5 though.
Really?
So just putting that out there. It's a totally separate thing.
Well, anyway, it's
connects.
still a part of GTA 5 at the moment.
Yes. Okay. At the moment. Anyway, I'm just going to pertain this as talk about this as GTA Online. I have been waiting since, like, Vice City for something like this, because this is just really cool. You could, like, you could go with friends, rob a bank, kill people, GTA stuff. I mean, you could go through, like, races and everything like that. I really enjoyed the races in the GTA games, and the fact that I can actually grab my friends and go racing now is just awesome. You could design your own racing and deathmatch stuff, and which is really cool. It's an open world Grand Theft Auto. It's awesome. I've been waiting forever to something like this. I'm a big fan of the Grand Theft Auto games. Well, until 4. Let's not go into that though. And I'm just really happy that they're doing this sort of thing. I think it's really cool, and I also think that maybe something like Red Dead. If Red Dead had something like this, that would be really cool as well. So hopefully that Rockstar will be developing that as well. And Rockstar said that they'll like expand the GTA Online, which is really cool. And I can't wait to see what more they're going to be coming from this. Because other than, even though I didn't enjoy GTA 4 all that much, I did enjoy the multiplayer, and I would spend hours with friends playing the multiplayer, and it was really fun. And I can't wait to see what Rockstar is going to come up with this even more.
I think this is what GTA multiplayer has always wanted and needed to be. I wasn't a huge fan of GTA 4's multiplayer, unlike Cody, mainly because I never played with friends. But anyway, the only real limiting factor on this is that it's limited to 16 players per map, but that's not even bad. This is going to be like a whole virtual world. You're going to be able to do a ton of stuff other than bowling, by the way. You're like robbing banks. That is huge. That's awesome. Robbing the bank mission in GTA 4 was probably the best mission in the whole game. It was ridiculously good. And I'm hoping that the quality of the bank robbing missions and things like that will be as fun, or at least nearly as fun as it was in GTA 4. And this is huge. This really is, being able to design your own stuff. And plus, Rockstar's going to keep adding to it, so who knows what you're going to be able to design in the future. Maybe they'll expand it from, like, death matches and races to other, mini games that you can play with your friends and have fun. This is really cool. And I'm definitely excited to see what comes out of this in the future. And also note that, this isn't out yet. They still have time to release more stuff. So this is just going to keep getting cooler and cooler, and I'm excited for it. But that's all the news we have for this week.
Alright, on to the games that we've been playing this week. Dalton?
Well, I played a bit of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and they updated it so it has a new drop system now, similar to Team Fortress 2's, and there's weapon customizations and things like that, so that's cool. It's going to add a lot to the game. It's going to make it a lot more fun to play rather than you just play for fun. You know, you have an objective now, which, I mean, it was still a very good game before that, but I think that I'll be playing a lot more now because I'm a very objective-based motivated person, and so I'm excited for that, and it was very fun to play CSGO, even though I'm really, really terrible at it. You, Cody?
Nothing. I mean, like...
Not a single game?
Not a single game, and it makes me sad, because, like, this past week, I've just been busy with school. I mean, like, there's so much work to do. It's only the second week of school, too, and, like, we had a test today, and, so, yeah, I had to stay for that last night. U.S. history, man, U.S. history. And like I just studied for that last night. I didn't even get to do anything that I wanted to yesterday. And I've just been a busy week with school. I haven't been able to play any kind of video games. But now it's the weekend. You know, it's Saturday. Hopefully I'll be able to play some not Grand Theft Auto. Oops. Some Metal Gear Solid this weekend. I'm hoping. So yeah, that's it.
Oh, well, we've had very uneventful weeks. I actually hadn't played anything this week until tonight, and the only reason I played it was to record for this. I'm very pressed for time also, but hopefully that'll get better as the school year progresses, and I get more into the groove of things and, you know, less sleepy all the time. But I think that's all we have for this week. So if you enjoyed and you want to see more like this, subscribe, comment on what you think of the stories this week, and like if you enjoyed. And we'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye.